You see here, guys, well, time for the yearly trim, or should I call it the yearly tree vlog as well. Yeah, so get on top of this tree and do a little vlog before actually getting to work. I'm gonna kind of wiggle my way through here. Okay, well, let's see what we can see. Okay, we'll look that way, or that way. Not much to see actually, for the moment, except for branches, branches, and branches. And what can we talk about? Well, let's start off by saying happy birthday to Mary Angel. That is I am She Bear 777. It's her birthday today. And we are going to be talking today, actually before I go on further, since I was talking about birthday, I do want to wish her all the best. Hi. So, go back to the tree vlog. Okay. Well, what I would like to talk about actually very quickly today would be truth and, how do we say it? Relativism. Yeah, you know, there's been a few blogs going on from myself and others, you know, about different topics, you know, which could be seen as controversial because everybody has their own way of thinking, and that's not a bad thing actually, that everybody thinks for his own, because I mean that makes each of us a unique and independent person. We're not all a bunch of sheep. And I mean, even within a same group, you can have very different opinions. It's got a bit of wind, so we'll see how this comes out. Now, where it gets actually to being, I would say, all is relative, is when actually all truths are put on the same at the same level. And that is probably where we can get into debates or even heated arguments at times, is that when people actually really want to force a truth down somebody else's throat, or at least a truth for themselves. Now, I know that myself, I believe that certain things are true, no matter what other people would say. But, and that's probably where the big but is, one has to accept that others might not be in the same line of thought as we are. Now, if that is the case, I'm not talking here about tolerance. I'm talking about acceptance and love of someone else. Love, and actually my last tree vlog was about the 4 loves. You can go actually and see it if you can find it. It's called the 4 loves. But basically what I mean by that is that the love that I'm talking about is a love of your neighbor. And in that respect, one has to see that despite different opinions, we are all human beings worthy of respect. And that means that actually, despite our relative differences of opinions, we should respect each other. When we don't respect each other, that's where we end up, I would say, falling into the trap of fanaticism, which actually can lead to the road of terrorism as well. And terrorism doesn't always have to be a bomb. Terrorism can be mobbing, it can be slashing out at people with words, it can be a lot of things. Now, we all know that we've gone that way sometimes, when we feel that somebody should think the same thing as us, but doesn't. Now, once again, without trying to be completely polemic, nevertheless, I think I will, is that we in our society, at least in the Western society, have learned certain rules of democracy, and we like to at least think that we are democratic in our ways of applying them. If other countries or cultures have not learned that, have been still continuing, or are still in one would almost call a feudal system fetal system, I don't know exactly how you pronounce it now, where one person says what's up, then, you know, it's very difficult to actually find that they are in the right. And if you want to be, I would say, honest, sometimes, depending on what is happening, somebody has to be the boss. The military is sometimes an example of that. So there are examples where you do have to apply this type of reasoning and thought. So you see, it's always difficult to say we're always right. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, when is he going to start touching on religion? Is that what he's got behind his mind? Well, you know, yes, maybe in a way I do, but I'm not going to actually try and fall into that trap. Because, I mean, you know what I believe. You know that I am a believing, practicing Christian. And that's enough. I mean, most of you know what is part of Christianity's beliefs. Since you know that probably my worldview is going to be subject to my beliefs. Okay, that's it. Now, if I would want to be able to talk with you and not actually talk down to you, I've got to accept that some of you are not going to have the same worldview or same beliefs. Well, that's just the way it is. I mean, how much of the world population does not have the same beliefs as myself? Does that mean that I won't talk to them? No. Now, how, actually let's say, okay, I can also get to the next question. Does that mean that I wouldn't want people to have my beliefs? Well, of course, yes, I would. It makes maybe discussion sometimes easier. On the other hand, it is not for me to force every person, and I say force, every person to come to the same belief as me. We can discuss, we can debate, but as I said at one point, I expect and I will respect and love in the way that I've explained my neighbors and my fellow YouTubers. And I guess that's the whole thing. Relatively speaking, we can all be, and we are all different, and that's great. And I think that's enough. That's enough, because actually what it means is that because of that, we have a unique chance to get to know something else, somebody else from us. If we like, and that's a big thing, you know. We all love to discover things, and by discovering things, it means that actually we are going towards the unknown, and that is the whole thing. Getting to know each other is going towards the unknown. And guys, and gals, actually, those of you out there who are of the same faith that I am, or even of a different faith, know that within your particular faiths and belief systems, or non-beliefs, people are unique and different. There's not one type of atheist. There's not one complete type of Christian, Buddhist, Wiccan, and so on. There's different flavors. And as I said, main thing, let's get to talk to each other. Okay, that's enough for this tree vlog. I don't know if you'll, what can I say? I don't know if you'll be annoyed with this one. I mean, it could be, because, you know, I'm touching on some points which could be a little bit sensitive at times. But I was not, I mean, my meaning, not what I wanted at all. I wanted to bring up to a point, actually, just to say, it's really fun to be able to chat and talk with all of you. And I really love it. It's the richness of YouTube. So, DC is going to sign off. And take care. Job done. Oof.